Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the channel if you're new here. This video is going to be a bit of an update on the van project. So I've recently got a new fridge and a new inverter to show you guys. I've installed a split charge relay and a new battery, and I've also cladded this behind me so it looks a bit neater at the back, and I've painted the rear diff. So lots of little jobs, and I just thought I'd compile them into one video and just show you what I've been up to. So this is a fridge I've just taken out the van. It's a three-way fridge and it wasn't working, or it wasn't very energy efficient, that's for sure. So I wasn't running it on gas, and I don't want to cut any more holes in the side of the van for the vents. So here we have a new fridge. It's just a 230 volt Inverter, 43 litres, 42 decibels, so it's nice and quiet, and it's got an A++ energy rating with 84 kilowatt hours per year. Got a little freezer compartment up in here, and this was under £100. This is where the fridge was, so I need to build a shelf in there so the new fridge can sit on top of the wheel arch. I'm looking at taking all these old units out and replacing it with a new kitchen at some point anyway, so I've just continued that kind of edging from the seating area across, and then the fridge is going to sit inside this space here. So that's my shelf in there. I'm probably going to get a piece of ply and just put that in there. Lovely. I've just packed it out in the corner there, to stop it falling off when I'm driving. So it's nice and secure. And then I've just got it plugged in up here, so I can switch that off if I need to save on the battery. So I've cladded all this, now I can install my new inverter. It's a pure sine wave inverter. I had a modified sine wave before and it ruined the DVD player, so I've got a new inverter, and obviously I'm going to be running my fridge off this as well, because I went for the 230 volt fridge rather than the 12 volt one, because that was £100 and a 12 volt compressor fridge is £500. See that on there. My output. It goes through the selector switch here, so I can select between inverter and the hookup. Here I've got a new battery, and I want to connect this in parallel with this one. So I'm adding together the amp hour capacity. This is 100 amp hour, this is 110, so together we'll have 210 amp hours when I connect these up. So I've got some new cable, I just need to make some connections. That'll be good. If I make two cables, a positive and a negative that length, I can connect those between the batteries. Strip the insulation off. Put some heat shrink over this. Metal lug on. Crimp that down. Looks good to me. So that's my negative cable connected. I'm just going to connect the positives together. Here I've added a second battery. This is a Superbat S100 100 amp hour leisure battery off of eBay, £65 this was. Before I had one battery right at the front of the van and one right at the back of the van, and I really didn't like the idea of that. I'd like all my batteries in one place, the battery bank nice and balanced, using the same length cables between them, positive to positive and negative to negative, so this makes one nice battery bank now. I've also finally got around to installing my split charge relay, so let me just talk you through that. So here I have my main starter battery for the van, and this is the cable for the split charge relay. It's rated at 110 amps, a 16mm cross-sectional area, and off the main positive battery terminal it goes through an 80 amp fuse to protect the cable. The cable carries on through the bulkhead, the cable runs up the A-pillar, through the cupboard here. I need to clip that up still, all the way to the back of the van. It comes into the split charge relay, then out through another 80 amp fuse into the battery bank. The split charge relay's got a cut-in voltage of 13.7 volts, so when the engine's running the alternator will be putting out around 14 volts. The split charge relay will sense that and it will close the switch, connecting the main starter battery to the leisure battery bank, and then you'll start charging the leisure batteries. When you turn the van's engine off and that voltage drops below 12.8 volts, it will open the switch to stop the main starter battery from draining. It also works off of the solar panels as well. As you can see, my split charge relay is currently connected, so it's working the opposite way. That's charging these batteries as well as the main starter battery, so I can do away with my little solar panel in the front because it will be charging off of the main panels on the roof. This is a little earth connection going to the negative terminal. So I went for this inverter as it's the cheapest pure sine wave inverter I could find. The difference between the pure sine wave inverter and the modified sine wave inverter is the pure sine wave, you get a much cleaner output like you would have in your house, whereas the modified sine wave is very digital. It's got lots of notches in it and it's not good for sensitive electrical equipment. It can damage them, and I found with my modified sine wave inverter I had before, it ruined a DVD player, so I thought, you know, I'm getting a new fridge, I might as well just go for the pure sine wave inverter as well, just so I'm not going to ruin my brand new fridge. So this inverter also came with a controller. You can just plug that in there and then it just gives you an indication of the battery level. I did think this was a switch to remotely switch it on and off, but apparently not. Even when I hold this, it doesn't really switch it on or off. So it is just an indication. So I probably won't be using this as I've got my voltage readings up there anyway. Nice little feature though. So I'm pretty pleased with this setup. I've got a new battery for £65, a new inverter for 130, and a new fridge for under £100. So altogether I'm looking at under £300, when the equivalent 12 volt compressor fridge, you're looking at £500 really. Be nice if it had a light in it, but other than that, it seems like quite a nice little fridge. In preparation for painting the rear diff and the leaf leaf springs and things like that under the back and just degreasing it. Following my method for rust proofing, I've got all the flaky bits off. I've just got my rust converter and I'm just painting that on. Loads of rust converter. I'm using the Corten in F1 that I have. If you haven't seen my previous rust proofing videos, you might want to check those out. I got myself another tin of Hammerite, so I'm going to paint the rear axle. I've treated it with rust converter, so it's this black paintable substance now. Another job done, rear axle painted. Might have to paint the prop at some point as well, but that's enough for today. There we go, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.